All right, Shalom, brothers and sisters. We back again with chapter 12 in Esdras. Chapter 12 in Esdras.
Oh no, that would be not here from yesterday. What day is?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll be right there first. I had something. I can ask my man right here. He said, "Yeah, we're going for chicken and eggs and get stuff in.
So let's go, chapter 12.
What? You got 4 kids on the back? I wrote that in the book. Oh, you did? What's the problem? I'll teach you all right.
He's eating. I'm just eating.
What's wrong?
He's eating. You.
You got any substance?
All right, so let's go continue on chapter 12. In the first verse, starting saying, "And it came to pass, while the lion spake these words unto the eagle, I saw, and behold, the head that remaineth, the head that remained, and the 4 wings appeared no more." When the lion was saying these words to other eagles, right? To the eagle, and he looked, and saw the remaining head had disappeared. All right, so let's go. It says, and the 4 wings appeared no more, and the 2 went unto it. Huh? What are we talking here? The 4 heads appeared no more. The head that remained and the 4 wings appeared no more, and the 2 went into it, and set themselves up to reign, and their kingdom was small and full of uproar.
All right. You act like this means you're going to yeah. What's the question? What?
It's not a question. It's more so, what are we seeing here?
Well, there's a question. What are we seeing is the question.
I'm heard.
What do you understand from this?
And it came to pass while the lion spake these words unto the eagle, I saw. He's explaining to him what he's saying.
Right.
And behold, the head of that remained, and the 4 wings appeared no more.
It looked like
something was taken away.
Something was destroyed there.
Right.
It looks like. And the 2 went unto it. And the 2.
Oh.
So before was the 6 wings, and 4 of them disappeared, and the head remained, and said, and the 2 went unto it, and set themselves up to reign, and their kingdom was small and full of uproar.
Hello.
So 2 of the wings, 2 of the kings.
All right.
Was it the representatives? All the different nations that were ruling all fell away, and then just the 2 underlying powers were the ones that were now trying to set up their kingdom, or whatever they had left.
All right.
Was that close?
And behold, the head that remained and the four wings appeared no more. Remember, the four wings, the four empires fell.
Okay, the four wings was the four empires.
They done. So now what remains?
The head. The head gone too?
America is pretty much the one that's left, right? With the two, what we were talking about earlier, with the two system that they have going on,
Okay.
right? The Democrat and Republican. Those are the two systems that they have,
Democrat.
right? So all the four that were before they gone.
And the Green be Republican. Public school.
And there's an uproar. So pretty much that's what we read in Revelation, right? They were gonna, as this kingdom is fallen, they trying to stay up. They trying to keep it. We remember how we saying the kingdom has fallen, America's fallen, is falling quickly, and it has become the habitation of devils. Babylon the Great is fallen, and it's falling quickly, and it has become the now it's obvious that the kingdom is on its last leg. As they trying to keep it up, it's falling in pieces every time.
That's America.
Right, every time it's falling in pieces, right? And it says, "In their kingdom was small and full of uproar."
That's America.
Verse 3.
I'm not asking, but
Right.
that's America. Okay.
And I saw, and behold, there appeared no more, and the whole body of the eagle was burnt.
Okay.
Right, so that this is get closer to the time of destruction of America when they trying to uphold their system and it's not working, right? In the last days, the eagle has burnt, so that the earth was in great fear. Then awake I out of the trouble and trance of my mind, and from great fear, and said unto my spirit, Lo, this hast thou done unto me. So now when you awake from the dream or from the trance, right, that he was having, it said, Lo, this thou done unto me, and that thou searchest out the ways of the highest. Lo, yet I am weary in my mind. So even Esdras is trying to find out the way of the Most High, but so much information he got, he still couldn't put it all together. Because imagine you seeing things that was gonna happen that was not even a discussion back then. You see destruction, you see building being destroyed. You don't know what that is because you have not been raised in that culture.
Right.
You see plane flying, you cannot identify its plane because at that time you didn't know plane. Right? You didn't know what a plane is. Right? So you see a lot of stuff happening, burning fire. You see great buildings and all types of things. Now, it's anybody who not used to that, you will feel kind of disturbed with such dreams.
But
Right?
They say that the people around when America fall, they're going to be in this type of distress. That's looking at America fall.
Right.
I see that right there, right?
Mm-hmm. And it says, we were in great fear, and I awoke, okay? Verse 5 now. Lo, yet I am weary in my mind, and very weak in my spirit, and little strength is there in me. For the great fear wherewith I was affrighted this night. Therefore will I now beseech the highest, that he will comfort me unto the end. Because what happened is sometimes be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. You ask to find out, something, the Most High will show it to you, but can you handle it?
Right.
So that's pretty much what was going. So he was, he put it on him.
He was
What?
kind of messed him up a little bit, huh?
Right. Therefore, will I now beseech the highest, that he will comfort me unto the end. Because when you see these things, when he saw these things in the dream, I mean, how can he handle such revelation? Not only handle all the information, but try to understand what that information is saying. So some people, that's why you see some people lose their mind out there. Some people don't want to know. But it's good that if you know the word of the Most High in its purest form, that means you know the Most High is working with you. But dealing with wickedness out there, some people see some wicked stuff, and some of that wicked stuff cause them to go crazy. Right? They mess their head up. Verse 8 now, 7. And I said, Lord, that beareth woe, if I have found grace before thy sight, and if I am justified with thee before many others, and if my prayer indeed be come up before thy face, comfort me then. So he wants comfort. He wants comfort from all that information. He wants the Most High to comfort him, because now he was afraid.
Who's this? What? Who is the comfort?
Esdras.
Oh, Esdras. But that's who he's talking to, Esdras, right?
That's what Esdras was asking the Most High for, to reveal to him the fate of Israel.
Oh, okay. What's going on?
Right. And the Most High show him in a trance, in Revelation, in a dream.
Oh, okay.
And now he wants the interpretation of what it means.
Oh, okay.
Because it's one thing to get information, but to not knowing what that information is can mess you up.
Okay.
Because that's a trial of men.
Mm-hmm.
We want to know what's going on, what happened.
Right.
That's why many times, I mean, often, if we don't know what's going on about a subject, about somebody, or about an event that happened,
Mm-hmm.
if we stay long enough without knowing, we'll make up something.
Oh, okay.
We'll make it up?
We'll make it up just to feel comfortable with ourselves.
Oh, okay.
That's what they've been doing.
Isn't that what people have done about God?
Yeah, she been doing. Gold is white.
Right. Lack of patience, we draw interpretation. Because we creatures of interpretation. Yeah, we give meanings to things that we don't understand.
Make it up on our own?
Yeah, to feel comfortable. Because if it's something that's gonna make us feel uncomfortable, we don't like that.
Okay.
I often give an example. If I'm waiting on you to show up at 8 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
and we agree you're gonna show up at 8:30, I don't see you, and I don't hear from you, I start to think, man, what's going on with Patak?
Okay.
Maybe he has some inconvenience. Is it coming? Did he lie to me?
Okay.
That he's gonna show up, you don't show up. Is something happened to him? Right? You can make up whatever you want to make up. So
Right.
now you start digging into Patak past experience dealing with you.
Oh.
Did he ever show up when he said he's gonna show up?
Is his word good?
Right? Is his word good? Then when Patak show up, and then you like, Patak, what happened? But you already made up your mind what may happen, because you want to feel comfortable, but you don't want to blame yourself. It's you the cause of what happened. It's Patak.
Right.
Right? So you put it on Patak, right?
Right.
So when Patak show up, you got the right information. That's when you find out, man, all the things that I made in my head, it was made up.
Mm-hmm.
But until then, you made up those stuff in your head. Until I see you, then you give me the right reason why you could make it, why you show up at the time you show up.
Oh, I gotta give you a good reason.
No,
You still might not believe
I still may not believe you based on past reason,
Right.
right?
Right.
But the key is, me sitting here waiting for you, I gotta make up something as to why, because I don't hear from you, you don't call me, but I'm here waiting for you.
Right.
Yeah.
So we make our own interpretation given the situation. That's why we gotta take righteous judgment when it comes to people,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
We gotta take righteously because that can also make you in a position you lie to yourself about the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So for him to have that information and a lot of information, he want interpretation. He want to know what it means, right? Verse 8. It said, "Comfort me then, and show me thy servant, and show me thy servant the interpretation and plain difference of this fearful vision." So he wants to know what this fearful vision meant.
Mm-hmm.
That thou mayest perfectly comfort my soul. So he was disturbed.
Okay. He was discouraged.
Now he was disturbed in his mind.
Okay. So he's talking to the Most High, right?
Right. He's talking to the messenger, or he's talking to the Most High's messenger
Okay.
sent to him in the vision to
Most High
reveal to him.
send one of the angels.
Right.
Like the Most High, he always send the angels to him. He won't show up. He
Yeah.
won't show up because
All right. So let's read verse 10.
you can't see him.
Verse 9 now. Sorry.
Maybe that.
For thou hast judged me worthy to show me the last time. And he said unto me, this is the interpretation of the vision. The eagle whom thou sawest come up from the sea is the kingdom which was seen in the vision of thy brother Daniel. Everything we read earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So it's best to put it on Bible.
I am. I'm putting on Bible. Can I get my coffee?
And try to go all the way up.
Okay, I will.
It says, for thou hast judged me worthy to show me the last time. And he said unto me, this is the interpretation of the vision. The eagle the eagle whom thou sawest came up from the sea is the kingdom which was seen in the vision of thy brother Daniel. Okay. But it was not expounded unto him. It was not expounded unto him. Not expounded unto who?
Daniel.
It was not expounded unto Daniel. That's why the Most High told him to seal up the book. Okay. Therefore now I declare it unto thee. So now Esdras was gonna get the scope of it. The scoop of it. But it was not. I'm sorry. 13. Behold, the days will come that there shall rise up a kingdom upon earth, and it shall be feared above all the kingdom that were before it. In the same shall 12 kings reign, one after another. Wherefore the second shall begin to reign, and shall have more time than any of the 12. So we already broke all that down. Okay,
Can
so
we go over that briefly again?
no, see, since we went through that, so go back in your note, right?
I'm trying to match it with the notes. The notes are in my mind.
All right, because how many kingdoms we talking about?
4.
4 kingdoms. And he said the first kingdom, right?
But it said 12 kings.
12 kings, yeah, kings.
I'm trying to figure out who the 12 kings.
It's talking about, 12 kings, right? How many kingdoms were there? Were there?
4 kings.
Okay. It says verse 13, right? Behold, the days will come that there shall rise up a kingdom upon earth, and it shall be feared above all the kingdom that were before it. What kingdom is that referring to?
Sound like America.
In the same shall 12 kings reign. Remember we were talking about the 7 head with 10 horns?
Yeah.
And we talking about two horns, right? We're talking about 2 horns and one gonna rise up, right? And we're gonna have 10 heads with 10 heads with, help me here.
7 heads.
7 heads
10
10
wings.
horns.
with 10 horns.
10 horns, yeah,
Right.
right.
Let me write it down.
Okay.
Right. 7 heads, 7 heads with 10 horns.
Mhm.
10 horns. Go ahead.
All right, so let's move on. Verse 14, right?
Verse 14, okay. Are you doing your,
We good, make you read, bro.
you getting back up on it? Like,
No, we
back
didn't
up?
pull up any scriptures.
Oh, okay.
Because most of the scriptures that we have to pull, we pull them already in
11.
11. We broke it down. So now he is getting the breakdown.
Oh, okay. I got you.
All the scriptures in Daniel that we read pertaining to this one.
11.
Right.
Okay. I still wrote it down anyway. All right, you're 14.
Behold, the days will come that there shall rise up a kingdom upon earth,
Mhm.
and it shall be feared above all the kingdom that were before it.
America? Or would it be overseas,
In the name of
Roman?
America sounds good.
America sounds good? If not, it gotta be Roman Catholic.
So let's move on.
Go ahead.
All right, verse 14, right?
14, right.
At first, I thought those 12 kings was the presidents of the United States.
That's all right.
No. Yeah. No. All right.
14, yeah.
When the United States were founded, how they were founded, where they always start with the 50.
No, 13 colonies.
Yeah, 13 colonies first started out.
Okay.
Go ahead, but that more.
All right. So
They stole that.
verse 15. Therefore, the second shall begin to reign and shall have more time than any of the 12. So what was the second?
Democrats and Republicans.
No, the second empire.
The Romans.
You're talking about Persia, right? Go ahead.
Persian.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. We did that, and this is a breakdown of the first
Oh,
chapter.
that's the 12, though.
The
They
first
start
one was
from
the
the beginning.
Babylonian.
Right.
The second was Persian, Roman.
Right.
Right.
And who was the
And
next?
what was the first one?
Babylonian,
Okay. The second one.
Persian,
The third one.
Rome.
Persian and Medes is two.
What about the Greeks?
Oh, the Greeks. The Greeks came in first, the Romans.
Yeah, the Greeks came. Then after that, the Romans.
Okay, so it was the Babylonians, Persians, the Greeks, and the Romans.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
So the Babylonians.
The Persians and the Medes, does that represent two?
2 horns.
Okay.
Oh, the Persians.
No, well, I'm referring to the 12 kings now.
We talking about, you see, when we talking about the wings, you remember the one in the wings? So it started up and as it's going down in the kingdoms. All represent the kingdoms,
Oh, right.
right? And then we going down because we have the Babylonians, right? And then we have
Persians,
the Persians, and then we have
the Greeks,
the Greeks, then we have
the Romans.
the Romans. Then from the Romans, we have the fifth kingdom, sixth kingdom on down. Some of them rise, some of them fall.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But they not all that powerful. But those kingdom all stems from the Greco-Roman Empire.
Okay. I'll think from Rome.
All right? Some of them rise, some of them fall.
Right.
Some of them they don't even mention because their rise was like quick and fall. they would,
They came up quick and they fell.
and then
quick
they
fast.
fall quick, fast.
Okay, so they wasn't mentioned.
Right. Because what happened is the way he's going now, he's going from the end to the beginning. He's taking the breakdown from the end, and then he's going down on the kingdom.
Okay,
All right.
right.
So wherefore the second shall begin to reign and shall have no more time than any of the 12. You see that? He has more time than any of the 12. In those kingdoms, you see some of them 12. It's not like 12 at one time. Like you said, you thought it was you know 12 presidents. No.
Let's do that up there. No, because there's been more than 12 presidents in America.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. These all this happened at certain times.
Right. That's correct. Verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
And as for the voice which thou heardest speak, and that thou sawest not to go out from the heads, but from the midst of the body thereof, this is the interpretation. So now here's the interpretation. That after the time of that kingdom, there shall arise great striving, and it shall stand in peril of failing. Nevertheless, it shall not then fall, but shall be restored again to his beginning. Verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
And whereas thou sowest the eight small under feathers sticking on to her wings, this is the interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
That in him there shall arise 8 kings, whose time shall be but small. That's what we're talking about. Whose time shall be but small, in their years swift. All right?
Mm-hmm.
In their years, so they're gonna rise and fall, rise and fall.
Right.
Okay. And where we at now?
21.
21. And 2 of them,
Mm-hmm.
the middle time approaching. You hear that?
Right.
2 of them shall perish, the middle time approaching.
Okay.
4 shall be kept until their end.
Mm.
4 shall be kept until their end begin to approach.
Mm.
But 2 shall be kept unto the end.
2 shall be kept
To the end. And whereas thou sawest 3 heads resting, this is the interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
In his last day shall the Most High raise up the kingdom and renew many things therein, and they shall have the dominion of the earth. Mm-hmm.
You don't say which one, but it can say kingdom.
What do you mean?
It says 3.
There's 3 kingdoms will be left, right?
Mm-hmm. Do you have a question on that?
Well, it says 3 kingdoms, but you don't know which one it was. 3 kingdoms.
Let me read 21 again.
Right.
And 2 of them shall perish,
Right.
the middle time approaching. 4 shall be kept until their end.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Until their end begin to approach.
Mm-hmm.
But 2 shall be kept unto the end.
Mm-hmm.
2 shall be kept unto the end.
Sure.
What are we talking here?
Mommy.
There was 4 kingdoms,
Mm-hmm.
but 2 of them are going to outlast all the rest of them.
Okay.
And
America?
no, he speaks on which ones. They just say we can't.
So you going over these four right here.
Go what?
Babylon, Persian, Greek, and Roman. If
Four
it is
was-
Roman gonna be left,
First one was Babylon,
and Roman.
Persian, Greek, and Rome.
Roman gonna be
So,
left.
so two gonna fall and two gonna survive.
Roman and Babylon.
Right. So it's gonna be 4, and then Romans before it's split. It's split. All right. So Babylonian, Persian, Greeks.
Right.
Right. Babylonian, the Persian, the Greeks,
And Rome.
and then you have Rome.
Right.
Right. Before Rome split.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Remember we read that in Daniel, the 7th chapter.
Right.
Hmm.
Daniel, yeah.
Yeah, okay. "23. In the last day shall be Moses raise up the kingdom, and we knew many things therein, and they shall have the dominion of the earth." So what that? What is that?
Read that again. Read that again. Start at 23. Read it.
Oh, maybe I missed it. 23 again.
Mm-hmm.
"In this last day shall the Most High raise up 3 kingdoms, and we knew many things therein, and they shall have the dominion of the earth." So what we talking about here?
America,
Okay.
Babylon.
Greek.
No. He's gonna raise up. Remember,
So it gotta be Roman.
remember,
It's three different
Nope.
ones.
China and Russia.
you
United
remember.
States, China and Russia.
Yeah, you remember Romans fell, right? Rome
Right,
fell.
Rome fell.
And then after a while, the Most High, they come back again
Right.
during
Raise
the
up 3
Renaissance.
more.
Okay.
Right.
When did Rome fell?
112, 16 AD.
When Rome fell,
In 193 AD. 193 AD.
one night Rome fell
Wait a minute, let me write that down.
into
One who?
193 AD.
Mm-hmm.
Roman.
And Rome came back. Rome came back again in around 1453 during the Renaissance era.
Came back and went.
1453.
1453 came back, right?
Mhm.
Rome came back in 1453. What's
Mhm.
that?
That's around the Renaissance.
We're at 1453 AD.
Right.
Yeah. 200 years before 1963. Then I came along. Woo!
Then came Shakar.
That's right.
So
Okay.
the 3 beasts that's gonna rise is gonna rise up. It's gonna rise up out of the Roman Empire.
Okay.
Right. Okay. That's true. That's why I keep saying Roman.
But they came back in 1453.
Right.
Rome.
Steal his line and kill him.
All right. Verse 27. It says, I'm sorry, for these are the verse 26, right?
26 years.
No, 24.
25.
He was at 23, now 24.
24. "And of those that dwell therein with much oppression, above all those that were before them. Therefore are they called the heads of the eagle." Are they called the heads of the eagle? So this is speaking about Babylon, America, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
"For these are they that shall accomplish his wickedness,
Mm-hmm.
and that shall finish his last end." That's gonna be the last of empires.
Okay.
So again, America is what of the Roman Empire? It's an extension of the Roman Empire.
Okay. That was America, just like Rome.
Right. So let's go to 26 now, right?
26 years.
And whereas thou sawest that the great head appeared no more, it signifieth that one of them shall die upon his bed, and yet with pain. But the two that remain shall be slain with the sword.
Mhm.
For the sword of the one shall devour the other,
Mhm.
but at the last at the last shall he fall to the sword himself.
Mhm.
And whereas thou sawest two feathers under the wings passing over the head, that is on the right side, 30, it signifieth that these are they whom the highest have kept unto their end. This is the small kingdom and full of trouble. And thou sowest,
Mhm.
and the lion whom thou sawest rising up out of the wood,
Mhm.
and roaring and speaking to the eagle and rebuking her for her unrighteousness with all the words which thou hast heard. This is the anointed,
Mhm.
which the highest have kept for them and for their wickedness unto the end. Remember, we said that earlier, right? Who the lion that walked, that the lion that we saw,
Mhm.
who that lion was, who the lion was. It says, unto the end, ye shall reprove them and shall upbraid them with their cruelty. Okay. Verse 32. Verse 33, sorry. For he shall set them before him alive in judgment, and shall rebuke them and correct them.
Mhm.
So that small kingdom that we see, what is that? Very small.
Mhm. More. Who the Greeks, wasn't it?
Hmm?
The
The
small.
small kingdom.
The kingdom was full of trouble.
Right?
Was that supposed to be case?
Gobar, what is that? I hear you.
Oh, wait, let me see, what we at, 34?
Yeah.
No, that's not good. Let's start. 32. This is the anointed which the highest has kept for them and for their wickedness unto the end.
No. I'm talking about 32, verse 30 right here. What is that?
30.
With kingdom.
Verse 30.
It signifies that these are they whom the highest has kept unto their end. This is the small kingdom and full of trouble as thou sawest. It sounds like us. America?
America. Gobar.
Mm-hmm.
The saints, wasn't it? Virgin and the saints. Saints was the smallest.
The saint. Zakar, what is it?
these people that they refer to, like I said,
Yeah.
these people.
In verse 30, what kingdom is that?
This is, what's that word you said? It's, say the word again. It's significant that these are they.
Read it again.
And significance,
Now it signifies.
it signifies, that's one word I was using, but that's why I didn't know it. It signifies that these are they whom the highest. So you're talking about God, you're talking not about God, you're talking about USA and Roman. Kept unto the end. So you're talking about the Romans and America, and I'm gonna put China in there. This is the smallest kingdom. So that would be America and full of trouble. As thou saw. So that would be America right there. And I'm gonna throw China real big. So I'm gonna throw the Romans in there.
Okay.
I got an answer.
Do you think so? Come on with it.
That is
You know.
the north and the south tribes of Israel. Israel and Judah.
Okay. Let's go to Matthew.
Right.
Now you grab his book. Yeah, Matthew. That's why she needs to be in. She catch one.
We are a kingdom as well. We see that the Most High is referring to the egos and empires and kingdoms and heads and horns.
Yeah.
We are also a kingdom, except our kingdom right now is of none effect.
None effect, right.
And that's why it referred to that kingdom as being very, very small.
Oh, that could be us.
And that kingdom is full of trouble.
Sound like us.
Let's go to Matthew 11 and 12.
11 and 12.
Let me read that for you.
Con.
Son. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven.
Let him get it real fast.
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't read without giving people a
Well,
chance.
come on, man.
Feeling people say, well, I know you jump right into it.
You should have said a lot. I mean, what do you
Allah.
La-ah.
No.
Allah.
What's it called?
La-ah.
La. You gotta say la.
Yeah,
Go ahead, son.
verse Matthew 11:12. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven, significant suffering violence, and the violent take it by force. From all the prophets and the laws prophesied until John. Prophesied until John.
Mm-hmm.
And if ye will receive it, this is Elijah, which was for.
No, that's pretty much what we want. We want that the kingdom has been taken by violence.
Mm-hmm.
That's that part we need. So that the kingdom of Israel has been taken by violence and by force.
Mm-hmm.
So those kingdoms previously take us by force. Right? They pretty much stomp us down. Okay? So that's that kingdom that is being referred to here in this verse.
The small
one.
kingdom.
Two small ones, eh?
The small, yeah.
Well,
You're right. You're right.
The north and the south.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
That was pretty good. You catch that?
It took me long enough, but I was concentrating for a long time. But thank you.
Fun.
for letting me know.
And the lion whom thou sawest rising up out of the wood and roaring and speaking to the eagle and rebuke her for her unrighteousness with all the words which thou hast heard. This is the anointed which the highest have kept for them and for their wickedness unto the end. Ye shall reprove them and shall upbraid them with their cruelty. For he shall set them before him alive in judgment. Okay, that pretty much gives you what was being referred to here. For he shall set them before him alive in judgment and shall rebuke them and correct them. So who the Most High gonna correct?
All of them. The other people. He's not going to straighten. No, she's talking about he going to straighten the other people. Russia, Persian, Greek. The who?
For the rest of my people shall he deliver with mercy, those that have been preserved upon my borders. And he shall make them joyful until the coming of the day of judgment. So you have two kinds of our people. Those that were doing trying their best to do the right thing unto the end, and those of his people, right, that was doing wickedness, but he's gonna correct them. Because that's when they're gonna become in the reborn again in the kingdom, right, and get judged for their wickedness. Okay. So you're gonna have those that been doing their best to hold righteousness, and you have those of us who don't care.
Don't care, no matter what.
Right, and he shall make them joyful until the coming of the day of judgment. So those people, he's gonna always make sure, no matter what problem we're going through, we will be confident all the way up to the day of judgment. So when we see calamities coming, we're not gonna be scared like most people out there will be scared. Most people out there, they will not understand what's going on. They will be disturbed when things start going really, really crazy. But those that do the will of the Most High, regardless of what they suffer, the Most High will preserve them.
Right, you understand.
Right. Right, it says, until the coming of the day of judgment, wherefore I have spoken unto thee from the beginning. This is the dream that thou sowest, and these are the interpretation. Thou only has been meet to know the secret of the highest. Therefore, write all these things that thou hast seen in a book, and hide them, and teach them to the wise of the people, whose heart thou knowest may comprehend and keep these secrets. So is Esdras alive today?
Oh, you mean
No, I'm talking about as far he's alive through what he wrote.
no?
Oh, he's alive, he's understanding.
Because the Most High told him to write it in a book, right?
Right.
Therefore, write all these things that thou has seen in a book. Right now, we're in quote unquote 2018.
Right.
We are reading it right now.
Reading what Esdras had.
Write in the book what Moses told him to write in the book, and that's what we're reading right now.
These are the things that are gonna come to pass.
Gone. And hide them. So why people back then they understand and they didn't get it
Well, meant to understand.
at that time. They were always there,
Right.
but at that the time wasn't meet yet for them to see it.
Right.
Okay? And hide them and teach them to the wise of the people,
Right.
whose heart thou knowest may comprehend and keep these secrets. So if we can see it, we comprehend it, chances are we are part of who was supposed to know,
To understand.
it. Verse 29. But wait thou here thyself yet 7 days, 7 days more, and it may be showed thee whatsoever it pleases the Most High, the highest, to declare unto thee. And with that he went his way. And it came to pass, when all the people saw that the 7th day were past, and I not come again into the city, they gathered them all together, from the least unto the greatest, and came unto me and said, what just had happened there when they don't see him? And when did they normally see him? If they don't see him all week, when they expect to see him? On the Sabbath.
On the seventh day.
Right. They expect to see him on the Sabbath day.
Right.
So regularly
They will see him.
they would see him on the Sabbath day.
Right.
But if they see that the Sabbath passed, they don't see him, they're gonna find out where is it? Because on the seventh day, he gathered with them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody they were waiting because he didn't show up.
Right.
But from the least unto the greatest, and came unto me and said. So they came to him when they didn't see him. They went to pay him a visit.
Okay.
What have we offended thee? They said, what did we do to you, man?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what did we do to you?
Mm-hmm. Why we didn't see him, huh?
He said, what did we do to you? Why you stay away from us?
Oh, okay.
They felt like, you know, they might have done something to him and he chose to not be part of them
Not
anymore.
to appear, huh?
Right.
Okay.
What have we offended thee? And what evil have we done against thee? He said, what wrong thing, what wrongdoing we did against you?
Mm-hmm.
That made you stay away, right?
Mm-hmm.
That thou forsake us and sitteth here in this place.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much he was sitting by himself.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely, if they normally see you, and all of a sudden they don't see you anymore, and then they went, instead of coming and gathered together with people like-minded, they see you in a place by yourself. Clearly something is wrong.
Yeah.
They would their interpretation will be, maybe we did something to him.
Right.
Verse 42. For all of the prophets that only are left, for all the prophets thou only art left us as a cluster of the vintage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes you have something that's like you have a jacket, like a throwback.
Mm-hmm.
Way back then you have.
Mm-hmm.
They told him, listen, out of all the prophet, you're the only one that's left with us. So what are you doing? Why are you doing this? You like a vintage to us, like one of a kind. Like you are one of a kind. So what are you doing? It says cluster vintage,
Mm-hmm.
and as a candle in a dark place, as a candle in a dark place.
Mm-hmm.
Example: if this place right here is really, really dark,
Mm-hmm.
what would make a difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any little thing that you like will make a difference. It could be like those little birthday candle. You light it, it will show up.
Yeah, make a difference.
Make a difference. So that's how they said, listen, you like a candle
In the dark.
in a dark place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't desert us like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what you doing? It's in a dark place. And as a heaven or ship preserved from the tempest. It says you like heaven, you like a heaven to us.
Mm-hmm.
Or you like a ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is left when there's bad weather. Let's say if there's a flood, right?
Mm-hmm.
You like a ship we can jump into so we can escape, right?
Yeah.
So we can escape the flood.
Right.
Just like Noah, right?
Yeah.
It says, what are you doing to us? Verse 43.
Mm-hmm.
Are not the evils which are come to us sufficient? Right? If thou shalt forsake us, how much better had it been for us if we also had been burned in the midst of Zion?
Mm-hmm.
So Israel has always been attached to its leaders. Right? Israel always been attached to his leaders. That's why the Most High gave us Moses and give us many kings. We look up to the kings as the mediator to get to the Most High. So that's how we got anyone that the Most High put as our shepherd. Well, 45. For we are not better than they that dieth then, answered I then. Answered I them. So now that was his answer to them. He said, so he put himself in the same boat as them.
Well, it's not them, it's there.
Right. It says, which for we are not better than they that died there.
Mhm.
Right. And they wept with a loud voice. Then answered I them and said, be of good comfort, O Israel, and be not heavy, thou house of Jacob. For the highest have you in remembrance, and the mighty have not forgotten you in temptation.
Mhm.
So at that point, he become very wise, because he's been exposed to information that they have not been exposed to.
Mhm.
The information that the angel shared with them
Share with them, yeah.
gave him a different perspective on how the Most High see Israel.
Right.
48. As for me, I have not forsaken you,
Right.
neither am I departed from you,
Right.
but am come into this place to pray for the desolation of Zion,
Mhm.
and that I might seek mercy for the low estate of your sanctuary.
Mhm.
And now go your way home, every man. And after these days will I come unto you.
Mhm.
So the people went their way into the city, like as I commanded them.
Right.
But I remained still in the field 7 days, as the angel commanded me,
Right.
and did eat only in those days of the flowers of the field, and had my meat of the herbs.
Mhm.
That's it. So he stayed there to gain more information in
Right.
his quest to find out information and go and comfort Israel.
What information that second Ezra got, he will reveal that to Israel? People of Israel?
Only to the wise.
Only to the wise.
Oh, okay.
So we might take it for granted while we're here. We might see it as ordinary,
Mhm.
but whatever we're reading here, and the Most High allow us to understand it,
Mhm.
this is big.
It is big.
You might see it's only few of us here, but it's few fortunate.
Mhm. Understand.
Only few.
Mhm.
Many are called, few are chosen.
Right.
So that's why I don't ever discourage when you see it's only few people listening.
Mhm.
Only few people show up. Only one or two. Right?
Right.
Not that you want few to show up, but you would want more people to get this, but it's not your calling.
Right. That's the problem. Right. Like you say, we called, but few were chosen.
So reveal it unto the righteous.
Mhm.
So how many people you think understand this? Out of all Israel,
The ones that
all throughout the globe.
only ones that's going to understand is the ones that are learning and trying to understand in this realm when the word can come out.
Well, I would say as of right now, it's less than 144,000 men. I'll tell you that.
But you got
All
that
throughout
right.
the whole earth.
Yeah,
It's less than 144,000 men.
right. Working on it now.
And we are all over the place.
Mhm.
right?
Right.
In Mexico alone, the population is what, 130 million?
Mhm.
In Mexico alone,
Mm-hmm.
the northern tribe, only there 130 million.
130 million.
That's a lot of us here in the land of North.
Right.
So think about 144,000 men.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna get this, and we got time. We have time because things still unfolding. Not
Right.
too many of us understand this and get this information.
Right.
So do the stat, you'll see how special you are
Mm-hmm.
to understand this, and hope that we still in the Most High's grace
Right.
to continue to receive this
Right.
all the way to the end.
Okay.
That should be the objective.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not our objective. That's what we would want. But let it be the Most High's will that you make it all the way to the
To
end.
give us the calling.
Yes. All right. So that's it. That I make an end
Mm-hmm.
to Esdras chapter 12.
Right.
I'm chapter 11 and 12.
11 and 12 are Esdras, second Esdras.
Come on, second Esdras.
Mm-hmm. What's next week?
Most High's willing, for next week, we have Numbers chapter 15 and 16.
15 and 16.
Come on. We're taking it one day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
What you doing?
One day at a time.
One day at a time.
I'm going to try to make a giant step. Try to understand everything at once.
Right. You're not going to get it.
Not going to get it. Or you might get information overload. Or in the midst of trying to understand, you might get everything at one time. You might get frustrated and drop off.
Oh, okay.
That's a race.
Okay.
In the race, you got to pace yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Slow and steady.
Mm-hmm.
Slow and steady. What's the most important word in that saying?
Study.
Steady.
Yeah.
Hey, Bakwa.
Slow and steady, but the steady is the most important thing. You go slow, but you go steady.
Go steady. Well,
Yep.
we're going to get the machine fixed.
What machine?
Copy
machine. You gotta take a look at it. I'm not sure what's wrong with it.
Now we are supposed to be taking care of that, right?
Yeah, or I'll take a look at it and see.
I didn't want y'all because he's busy too.
Yeah. So we'll see.
What's happening. But we need the copy machine.
Yeah.
We definitely need it.
So we'll work on it.
Okay.
All right. So let's stay tuned for the closing prayer.
Okay. The lesson was very good. 11 and 12 Esdras, very good.
Kind of complicated, but definitely worth looking over in your notes and reading
Yeah.
it again.
Yeah, you're right.
You forward again, you know you get better understanding.
Yeah, you sure will. Because, a lot of things have been in simulation and symbols, you know what I'm saying? And you have to understand that. If somebody be saying, about the eagle, nobody would know what that is. Ain't talking about a regular
I'm
eagle.
talking about eagle wings and with feathers, and we can go by wings and they got feathers and
At the end, they revealed that
That's
the feathers was the kingdom, the feathers that went under the tent.
right.
That's the only thing between the Christians.
Right. So that's why the Most High said to hide it and give it to those that can understand.
Right. That's the only thing between the Christians. But they see that, they're going to think that's what it is. If they read it in the Bible, they're going to think the eagle was the eagle.
No,
They don't have no similarities.
and what happened is they cannot understand it.
They don't understand. No.
If you find yourself in a Christian church, you're not wise. And these things are for wise people to understand.
I know.
If you're in a Christian church, going to church on Sunday, you're not going to get it.
You're not going to get it. Right. Because he's going to look at it.
Yeah.
Preacher going to tell you, ain't nothing but an eagle. Preacher going to tell you, ain't nothing but an eagle.
All right. So stay tuned for the closing prayer.
Okay.
and enjoy the rest of the Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you watching live on the live stream, thank you, and stay tuned. Shalom. Musa willing, you have a blessed week.
Oh. Well, you are artists. I talked to him about 19.
Huh?
10 minutes.
10 minutes for the prayer? Huh?
He said you gotta go to the laboratory, huh? Go and do your thing, but show gotta go on.
Barakata Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ashura Natananawa Pa Yagapan to Araman La Ba'ashem. I'm sorry, I'll do it again. Barakata Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ashura Natananawa Pa Yagapan to Araman La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Yasha'al. English translation: Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, that gives to us the fruit of the vine. Thank you, so be it, to Yahweh in the name of Yahushai with Israel. I madwa upon you, Jerusalem, since we Jerusalem. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Babakushai, Shomai, Nawa, Aitha, Yamyan, Aitha, Shalat, Micah Allah, Walalahayim, Latazu Wadakim, Shemaiah, Borak, Wapa, Mangun, Wakaziyat, Bunya, Yasha Allah, Washalat, La Nawa, Rabium, Kakama, Rabium, the Ife, Rabium, Bayana, Rabium, Sabalunwa, Rabium, Amawan, Rabium, Aqua, Rabium, Ahabium, Rabium, Agana, Wakhanaya, Wasalat, Ko, Katayim Nawa, La Akim, Wayasha Tamyad, Wayulam, Ba'asham, Yahushai, the water, Aman. Walk on this prayer. Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Barak Nawa, Wayasha Allah, Wabafi Sapayim, Shema, Yasharala, Yahweh, Allah Hainawa, Yahweh, Achad. English translation. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please listen to us now, right now. Send Michael and the righteous powers and angels to watch over, bless, heal, protect, and make strong the children of Israel. And send to us much wisdom, much knowledge, much understanding, much patience, much faith, much brotherhood, much love, much spiritual protection, and forgive us all our sins for the brothers and sisters in Israel, always and forever. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, bless us in Israel, in the house of books. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh, our power. Yahweh is one power. All right. Shalom.
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 Shalom.